All y'all ready? Girl with ADHD tries to watch a video. I don't. I am perfectly mentally healthy. Let's start. I'll probably be pausing a million times. Glitch.
Welcome to the amazing Digital Circus!
E-class?
My name is Kane. I'm your ringmaster, and I'm here to show you the most jaw-dropping, heart-stopping, mind-bending paraphernalia you've ever laid your eyes upon! Isn't that right, Bubble?
That's right, Kane. I can't wait.
Hold on, my window's a little too small, but this is a really fun theme. Oh yeah, I have my whole other friggin' monitor. I'm so stupid. Here we go. Okay, so I'll be able to look at, I'll put my chat window here, and then I'll do my thing. Okay. Dun, ba-da-da-da-da. Let's see if it'll do that progression. I think so. Sorry, okay, let's start over. I'm sorry, I'll probably be doing this a lot. I cannot do things properly.
Welcome to the amazing Digital Circus! My name is Kane. I'm your ringmaster, and I'm here to show you the most jaw-dropping, heart-stopping, mind-bending paraphernalia you've ever laid your eyes upon! Isn't that right, Bubble?
That's right, Kane. I can't wait to see what you've got cooking up for today.
Well, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into the show!
Jingle and Super and Peanut too.
Wait, this song reminds me of something. Da 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 da. Ba ba da 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 da. Ba 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 da 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 da. Ba 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 da da. I'm sorry. I was just looking at they talk super melodically, you know? They like, look at their voices, like,
I can't wait to see what
I can't wait for you, because it's like, you know, it's so, like, it jumps, like, it's very
cooking up
jumpy.
for today.
Well, let's not waste any
time. Like, well, not so, like, it's very melodic.
time. Let's get right into the show!
Right into the show.
Super and Peanut too. Raga, the taxonic house move. Day after day after day after day after day we fly. Past the moon
Look at
and the
that.
sun and we don't know why.
So he disappears. It's funny it shows the exit, but without letting her leave. That's funny too. It caused the glitches mark. So originally, okay, this is already really impressive. Lots of stuff going on. Would you guys want me to watch the whole thing fully without pausing or stopping or commenting on anything? Okay. Okay, let's try this again. I just really want, like, I have so much to say. So. Oh, his mask broke.
Kane, is this one of your NPCs or is this a new song?
NPCs.
Because if it's a new character, we're gonna have to redo this whole theme song.
I'm not doing that again.
My! It appears a new human has entered this realm!
He's like the toxic Markiplier.
Take this headset off.
Just keep grabbing at it. That works for all of us.
That's interesting. That's probably a little difficult to do.
I put on
The
some
stretch and
weird
squash.
headset, and now I'm here. Who are you people? Why can't I take it off? Where am I?
Let's just try
Take
to
it
calm
off,
down.
take it off.
Everything's gonna be okay, new stuff. We've all been through this. You just need to get your head to...
No, my dear. We can't have any of that foul language around here. The amazing Digital Circus is a place
Clown
to be enjoyed
TSF, yeah.
by all ages.
This forced
you, my friend, stumbled into an
clownification.
incredible world of wonders where anything can happen.
Eyeballs.
Except for swearing.
I like the closed captions too.
Oh my god.
Boink. I think.
Well,
Clownification. They ripped off Kobeni for this character. Oh, come on. It's a normal character. It's kind of like, yeah, they just appear, you know, we don't get to see them doing the whole thing. Almost like, what is that show? Severance. Severance this is basically like Severance so far, I think. Like the person wakes up, it's like, wait, where the fuck am I? Oh my god, I'm in this office. Oh my god, wait, what the fuck happened? And they say, no, don't worry. You agree to this on the outside. When you go to work, you forget all your outside life. You have your own identity in the office. So basically, it's like two different a whole new person exists in the office, and they can't really break out because they're the same person. They're just like mind switches when they go to work and stuff. It's a really interesting idea. Really, really good. Really good show. And again, I'm really impressed by just like even just look at the little the glossy little leather pants the guy has on, all the different textures they have, a lot of variety in all the characters. Like Western cartoons makes every character look wildly different, and sometimes that's a bad thing, but sometimes that's a really good thing. Like it could be really inventive and colorful, especially when your characters aren't really supposed to be real people. So doing the kind of virtual avatars makes a lot of sense, you know? It's like, of course they look completely cartoony and different, you know? It's not supposed to be like, here's a bunch of talking animals in a town. More like, yeah, these people are not real. Anyways, let's start again.
how do I, leave?
Leave? Really shaky voice. That's good.
Don't freak out about it or anything, but,
We
don't exactly.
You can't.
You can't.
Shut up, Jax. But, yeah, he's
See,
right.
what an interesting
Welcome to
character.
your
Looks like
home.
some
And in your
90s
body.
MS Paint program.
What do you mean?
Guys, don't be mean.
We've been stuck here for years. Old Kinger over there's supposedly been here the longest.
Did someone say something about an insect collection?
That's why he's crazy.
Years. Panic attack. Realistic panic attack.
Okay, now I get it. This is a dream.
now
And
I-
should
oh,
just
it's such
play
a
along
melodic
until
voice.
I
Very
wake
good.
up, right?
Whatever you say, kid.
Broke my comedy mask.
So, Kane, we having a new adventure today for the newbie or what?
I'd like to give our brand new member a tour of the circus grounds first. Off we go! Here
That's
we
pretty
have
good.
the tent. This is where your living quarters are, as well as all sorts of other activities. These activities may include
He's so animated. That's really good. Oh,
ball
thanks.
pits, mini golf, and more. And here we have
I love
the
this shifts with the
grounds.
background changing. I wonder how
Drown
they do that
yourself in
3D
the digital
wise.
lake or engage in ridery at the digital carnival.
Ridery.
Okay, it's all okay. The choice is yours. A cosmic buffet.
I wondered how they did that too with the glove and the
Of course
camera.
not. This is the void.
That's so good.
Don't
That's such a
venture out
good gag.
into the void. Not even I know what's out there. We stay right
Hang
here,
on
where
a
I
few
can keep
seconds,
my
very good.
hundreds of all-seeing eyes on you.
Let's get to another camera. Anyways, a lot of very interesting camera work going on now. I still don't know how, I wonder how this is composited, right? Like, is that like just a picture background maybe? I like these little stars in the sky. They're like painted sort of thing. Very, very, very interesting sort of stuff.
Hello, Kane. I love you.
Let's get out of here before the moon gets frisky.
Wait, what's that?
Okay. Oh.
Clean up on aisle U.
I'm on it, boss. Ow.
Ew.
Why are you like this?
Wait. Was that an exit door I saw out there? Is that a way to leave?
What exit? If there was a way to leave, I'm pretty sure we'd have all left by now.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Expression there too. I wonder how they changed from model to model for
I
his
assure you,
facial
there is
expressions.
no magical exit door. You're probably just experiencing digital hallucinations.
That's cool,
from
too.
your mind's transition to the digital plane.
I swear I saw it.
Digital hallucinations.
Even the little camera shifts here, like this zooming in and out, very cool.
How about we talk about something else? Like your name.
My name?
You got a close up on his. Oh, she doesn't remember her name.
Oh God! Why can't
I like how her
remember my
eyeballs.
name?
Look how her
Nobody
pupils
can remember
shrink
their
and
name
shrink
once they enter the
and.
digital circus.
Her pupils
One of the few
themselves shrink
things
and
I
stuff.
Don't have
Very
control over
cartoony.
Are your minds. So all I can help you with is coming up with a new one.
That's good too. That's my
Don't you worry
name.
your little head.
That's good
Your
voice
new
acting,
name
too.
Can be anything. Hereby acknowledging that your chosen name and your names may not breach the Digital Circus user license. May not include objectionable content. Objectionable content includes but is not limited to sexual.
Again, it's so hard to actually make like cartoony,
What are you thinking?
like even how he spun into air. See, very
Let's
interesting.
see. What do you think of? Right, terrible. Let's try that again.
So you could download some animes from there. Pupil
What do you
speech
think of
movement.
Pomni?
There we go. Pomni.
Sure.
XCC. Yeah.
Gadzooks, you're right, Jax. We should have a
Gadzooks.
brand new adventure for our new member, Pomni.
I said that like 5 minutes ago.
You, do you like adventure, activity, wonder, danger, horror, pain, suffering, agony, death, disease, death, angels,
That's such a good gag too.
you parasite! Since you're new around here, we're gonna make it a simple in-house adventure to warm you up to how things work around here.
What? No, God. I don't want an in-house adventure.
Don't worry, Zubul.
I have
I'll
my
make it
I still
something
gotta eat my
unobtrusive that you
muffins.
can still choose to not get involved with. Today's adventure is... Gather the gloinks!
I want to go on an adventure.
That's right. The entire circus tent will be infested
This reminds me
with
of Reboot,
gloinks,
too,
and
if anyone
you
remembers
gotta catch 'em
Reboot.
all.
But what are they?
I'm glad you asked, Bubble. They're
And
small.
what do they do?
Gloinks are small, mischievous critters that steal anything and
That's
everything
another
they
good
run
go
into.
gag.
Why do these humanoid hash browns do this? How do you stop them? That's for you to find out. Now, good luck.
I love the
Have
objects
fun,
going
my
through the
little
ground like that
superstars.
too. Reboot was so cool.
What did any of that mean?
It's just one of Kane's little adventures.
I love her mouth
They're just
animation.
something fun to do to, prevent us from going insane. Speak for yourself. If anyone needs me, then off.
Wow. Oh, she got taken apart.
Oh no, they killed Zubul. Anyway, you guys want to go get something to eat?
Oh, wait! We should go check on Kaufmo. I'm pretty sure he'd like to meet Pomni.
My impenetrable fortress!
You want to come with us to check on Kaufmo?
What happened to the girl? What happened
really.
to the art
I think Kaufmo's gone insane.
person?
Last time I spoke with him, he was rambling endlessly about some exit. Kind of like you, Pomni. You'd be going insane too.
But wait, wouldn't that more likely mean the exit does exist?
Could also mean you just have a jump start and losing your mind.
I like how his mouth animates too, like that
I'd
old
like to ask
Felix
him
the
about
cat
it,
animation.
If this was real, which it isn't, because it's a dream.
She still thinks this is a dream.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm fine with doing whatever, as long as I get to see funny things happen to people.
Oh, things are getting
Okay, I've already
interesting.
had enough of these things. You, me, and Pomni will go check on Kaufmo, which leaves Crybaby and Hoo-Ha together to go handle the
Hoo-Ha?
Zubul situation.
Do you think pairing them up together is a good
You
idea?
can tell she's older because her
Of course I
voice
do.
sounds
They're
a
the two
little
most
older.
mentally stable and capable characters to get together. Come on, ladies. Let's go harass the
They
crowd.
make him twitch around.
My comedy mask is broken again.
Ah! Oh! Gangle, you startled me.
So
That was a bit of a quiet scene.
Where we all sleep at night.
They could have added
Even
some
though we don't
music or
really
something
need to
there.
sleep, it's
Or just made it
sometimes
shorter.
nice to kind of take a break from everything and have a bit of a routine, you know? I'm sure there'll be one for... Oh, look.
Oh, there's already one.
I still don't understand. About the adventures, why even go on them at all? Why not try to find a way to leave?
Well, we usually do when we first arrive, but after a while you start to realize that you really can't leave, and constantly chasing an unattainable goal will start driving you a bit crazy. And eventually you get to asking what the point of anything is, and you completely
What is
lose
the
sight of who
point?
you are and why you're even alive, and
I gotta
reach a
zoom in.
breaking point, something really terrible can happen.
It's like Mario
That's not
64, all the
something we need to
paintings.
deal with today. Above anything
What
else,
if you
the
jump into the
adventures
right
give us something
painting
to
and
do
you can
that keeps our
escape?
minds healthy and
Rapid Guide to
stimulated.
Tumblr 69 character.
Thank
Definitely.
goodness this is all a dream, right, Pomni?
Twilight. Fisheye view anime meme. Fisheye lens.
Why are we here again? What are we
Fisheye.
doing?
Getting one of our friends.
Twilight's trapped in a box. I saw that on Twitter. Someone posted a little clip
Maybe
of that.
he's not in his room?
Clown girl
all right.
representation like
Don't
this.
worry,
Yes.
Dollface. I've got a key to his room.
Wait, why? You shouldn't have keys to anyone's room.
Nah, I've got keys everywhere, and you've all been fine. By the way, I may have left something in your room today, so let me know if you find it. You're not afraid of centipedes, are you?
Jax! That's literally my only fear. Why would you do this?
What? It could be a completely unrelated question. You'll never know until it's too late.
I'm scared of centipedes. Oh. That's cool too. I like all the glitchiness.
Thanks for keeping an eye on it, Coffee.
I wonder if the paintings have any clues to them.
Oh, Kapo's been
Shinji.
abducted. It's okay.
What is that?
It might be that terrible thing I was talking about earlier. Okay, wait. Maybe there's still time to fix him before we get Kane.
Kane? There's a bunch of lore. Okay.
I know we didn't always get along, like when you called me out for fake laughing at your jokes. I swear I really did think they were funny. I was just having a bit of a bad day.
Oh, the glitchy laughing. That's cool too. Music is really well done.
Thank you. Help me out here. I understand that you don't want to, though.
I bet it feels like when your hand is fell asleep. Oh, she ran away. She's a coward. This is good too. That's good work too. Pretty cool. Now it's just out and about. Will the teeth guy kill him or something? It's what happens when you hit your funny bone in the elbow, yeah. Kane, oh, Kane is a teeth guy, okay. He likes cocaine. I like the little...
I don't know what I'm looking at here.
We saw Gloink carry one of Sybil's pieces down there, remember?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the recap.
Thanks for telling us as
Boy,
well.
we're not very good at this, are we?
Sup, fellas?
Jax! We found the Zooble hole.
Cool.
How is Kaufmo doing? I hope he's not still
This is animated really well, the faces.
jokes.
The King
Oh,
character is
he's
a little
doing
not too
great.
funny. It's
In
a little
fact,
dead.
I don't think I've ever seen him this happy before.
Well, it's good to know he hasn't completely lost his mind.
Look how
actually asked me to
again
do
the
this.
camera stuff.
Well,
That was really good. Woo! Some Roger. Oh, this is great. That's really funny. Wow. little details like that are pretty good. Oh.
an insect collection?
I think it's a nest.
Hello?
See, that's not really working for me too well.
That was your name, right?
That's like painful.
Hey, look. I didn't mean to leave you behind.
Yeah,
like
she
that.
did.
Just look at my hand. I didn't know what to do.
It's okay. What you need to do right now is find Kane. He'll be able to fix me up and take care of Kaufmo.
Oh,
This is painful.
But where can I find him?
I don't really know. Just look around and call for him, I suppose.
Will she be okay?
Okay, I'll get him. You just stay right there. Not that you can really move or anything. Just hang in there. I'll be right back. I promise.
Cool. Oh, so Pommy, I'm sorry your first day here had to be so terrible.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go get Kane now. Hello?
That scene also could have probably been a little tighter.
We have a bit of an issue here!
Work on like her like running. Oh, okay. Work on her like running away and then having to deal with, you know. So that was like having a bad first day at a job or something. I guess I'm getting the skip ads button now. See, when it's playing with a lot of visual variety, it's pretty good. That's cool. It's really good. These like old screamers. Valorant was Counter-Strike 2, but then Counter-Strike 2 came out. Oh my god. I should just like download the video before or something. Is this from Little Pet Shop of Horrors?
Oh, is that who you are? You know, you could have asked for my consent before forcing me to see something so completely and utterly disgusting.
How despicable! A rabbitoid that runs its mouth in the presence of my royal figure!
Well, as a royal myself, I would like to kindly ask if... Oh, look, there's Zubul. Hi, Zubul.
Help me, you idiots! Kinda rude, Zubul. Now I don't want to help you.
Use lean function.
Oh, I always lose.
Yes! Gotcha! Oh.
Very funny.
I'll be fine.
Not fine.
Gotta hide.
It's doing really good with visual like. Oh yeah, first time she actually saw herself. Funny fan theories already about everything, I'm sure. Barrel of monkeys. See, a lot of cool camera work. The camera work up from above like that, really cool. Even this, from the shoulder, through the legs, zoom in to the barrel, super, super good. Even here, little shift a little to the side there.
Where's Kane?
Interesting. So it appears, it'll just appear to her. Emotionally. Very cool, very cool. I Spy, that's cool too. I loved I Spy as a kid. I loved them. I just loved looking at them and imagining, you know, little stories about them and stuff. Rabbitoid seething over glowing chads. This is a definitely, what is that video game? What is that video game with the narrator? Stanley Parable, yeah. I don't like this character.
That everything must be Gloinks. I am Gloinks. You will be Gloinks. God will be Gloinks.
This is dumb and weird.
Well, You're still watching it.
I am still
I'm not here for
watching
the
it.
adventure or anything. I'm just here to hide from the.
That's pretty good. It's a good payoff then.
Oh, thank God you're okay. You didn't experience a game show in there, did you?
What are you talking about?
What's happening?
It's just Kaufmo. Don't worry about it.
We will never find out who Kaufmo was.
Distracted?
Nah, he's fine.
You're
No.
right. How are we gonna get out of here?
See, some of the writing
over there.
beats could be a little tighter.
Ladies first. No, wait, why would I say that?
Yeah, and all the visuals and animations are super
This
good.
whole thing for
Be
her?
quiet. I can't hear the escalator.
He is good at like being the bully character. Maybe they give him too much lines, but like obviously you wanna take advantage of how like good he is on screen. He eats the camera, as I say. Well, it's supposed to be uneven, right? Because it's like cartoon world. So I think in this case it makes perfect sense. This is probably her real life job, you know? She wanted to run away from work. And now that's her that's her office computer. And she remembers why she put on the virtual reality mask. Void. Nice music. Matrix chords, I'm pretty sure. No, it's not the Matrix. It reminds you of it. Super nice. That was really nice chords. I want to see if I could. I'm not really able to get the chords, I think. I think it's doing like... Some chord progression. So an A. Maybe an A? Does it sound like that? It's it's really complicated then. I don't think I figured it out. It's really a nice like. It's a big rising melody. It seems like and everything.
Oh, Bubble, you always know how
Make
to
me-
say this exact sentence.
That's very funny.
Yes, an alert on my Wacky Watch at this hour?
That's good too. All this stuff, I love all this stuff.
Oh no, someone's venturing out into the void! They'll
Even
get
his
totally
mouth is-
spoiled!
Did I totally spoil that? He can just go into it whenever he wants.
There
Oh,
you
I'm gonna
go.
sneeze. Ah. Oh, that's nice.
Now, what the heck happened around here? Oh, yeah. What am I doing?
That's me.
Kaufmo went through a sort of kaufmosis and abstracted.
Kaufmo abstracted? Why didn't anybody tell me?
Bless me.
And into the cellar you go.
Oh.
Man, I can't believe Kaufmo just gave up like that. I mean, no offense, Kinger, but I always thought you would be next.
Wow.
Thank you.
Guess it just goes
Thank
to
you.
show you can't rely on Kinger for anything.
I am in so much pain!
Wow. Interesting. She's ashamed of herself. Maybe the glitching means they're connected.
I knew how much all of you have been wanting there to be one, but, you know, I was having so much trouble figuring out what to put on the other side and ended up never quite finishing it. And you know how I never like letting people see my unfinished
Me neither.
work, especially if it leads you out into the void. Anyway, looks like you defeated the Gloink Queen, so I guess the adventure's over. Your reward is a delicious digital feast cooked by our head bubble chef.
Made with all the love I'm legally allowed to give.
You know, I am pretty hungry.
You didn't even do anything.
So what? I can still be hungry.
Well, not really, because we don't need to eat, drink, or sleep in this digital world. So the digital food here only gives off the
Nice piano.
sensation of eating without any of the nutritional benefits.
Sheesh, lay off it. Since when are you an expert on the digital world?
Expert on the what?
That's another nice. I think I've seen that in an anime before. Ah, very cool. The chromatic thirds. Surprise! So it ends on the A flat. Directed and written by the one studio. Executive producers. This is great. I love this anime when it's a pretty good, very impressive visually. I think the most difficult, boring thing about CG animation is it's really, really hard to make it look actually good, to make it actually look cartoony, unless you have, like, you know, a lot of time to do it. And hopefully they could get the next episode out pretty, you know, eventually. I think the symbol is for World War I. She's a soldier suffering hallucination from dying. Just a game theory. Pixar has been Pixar has been bad for like a decade now. She got combat fatigue. Bless you. Thank you, guys. Oh my god. I was so focused on the thing. I haven't been reading. The show does a good job build on lore subtly and showing the world. Show world is a small piece in the big world. Right, of course. Like the Muffles. This is sort of like, you know, Adventure Time. God, when the pilot came out for that, people were already like starting to lore build. And then it slowly over the seasons actually, like, you know, got a lore started. And the way that Western animation works is that, like, some episodes just get aired out of order. You can't really rely on the broadcaster like Cartoon Network to actually air the episodes in order. So you can't really make a serial plotline. So you have to sort of, all right, well, the best we could do is just to put little hints of lore here and there, and it'll eventually build up to something. So I feel like the idea of this kind of lore building is like Western cartoon style, where it's like almost reliant on the horror style. And then it sort of became like Tumblr, like, you know, that's what Tumblr latched onto. And it's really addicting, having this kind of drip feed little clues and mysteries. The problem that most cartoon writers just are horrible and suck. And they can't really do it. They have these little ideas, and then by next season, they have different writers. They moved on to a different show or something. So this new set of writers sort of have all these clues, and they you know, they don't have the developer information, the programming, like little, you know, the little dashed out comments saying, hey, this is this clue in this episode 4, scene 31, where there's a red toboggan on the shelf is supposed to lead into this scene later. Little motifs, right? When you have all these developed motifs going, you have to know what it'll develop into later. And it's really, really difficult in a collaborative work, like a television show. That's why, like, Lost went, honestly, I think it went to shit after season 3, after season 4, I think, you know, kind of just like, oh, okay, this is kind of lame. Because it's television shows, like, it's a collaborative effort, so you have to get everyone on the same team, on the same page, and that's really difficult. So if you don't got that under wraps, then all your clues and mystery building and lore and like cool ideas will kind of just bleh, you know? I mean, look at Evangelion. I think Evangelion managed to do it, but like, you could tell it was a struggle for some of the staff, because some of the staff were like, what the fuck does this even mean? If you got a good good director with who knows what to do, then, you know, you're good. For movies, it's difficult for, like, anything like that. It's like Stanley Kubrick, like, you know, making The Shining, like, all the staff are like, why the fuck are we building this house like this? It doesn't make any sense. But he knows. That's, you know, he's making the one movie. But imagine Stanley Kubrick was making like 20, like 5 seasons, 20 episodes, all an hour each. It's supposed to keep this mystery going. It might fall apart at some point, especially because, again, collaborative, you know. A novel will pretty much just be written by one person, right? So you can kind of do that. You can kind of, all right, you know, they're gonna keep their story straight. Video games are really difficult too. Again, so many people. So hopefully a project like this will be able to keep the story straight, you know? It didn't sound like it'll be too difficult. Like, I think the story makes a lot of sense. Again, it sort of reminds me of Severance. It's sort of, it's probably something they willingly did or something, it's an isekai, basically, you know? Digital Circus is an isekai. They were, like, Finn is in a coma, then it turned out they were in a magical post-apocalypse created by magical nukes. Yeah, see, all those ideas, a lot of the ideas weren't really planned from the start. It was more like, you know, they kind of improvised, which is fine, too, in a TV show. Like, that's what kind of makes some of these long-running shows interesting, is that some of it is improvisation, and sometimes that makes it a lot better. But sometimes it makes it worse. It adds an element of risk to the storytelling process. When you realize, oh wait, what about that clue back in the first episode? They were like, oh well, I wasn't even around for that season. I'm writing the 5th season now. I don't know what they were thinking. So, you know, that's the problem. But sometimes they have better ideas, you know, who knows? So the books, and I think like music albums, like any kind of solo art project will usually, obviously, you know, they'll have more focused direction, but, you know, it's a trade-off. You have more focus, or you have more collaborative improvisation and ideas, you know, a big pot. And there's trade-offs and things for both, right? There's pros and cons for both methods. But think of like what art, you know, what art kind of mediums are collaborative versus solo, you know? You can't really make a video game solo. There's Undertale, and look at that. That was basically a solo project, and it's like almost 10 years now. It's still like remembered. And it was doing a lot of this stuff too. It was doing like the slow clues and world building clues, and like you suddenly get thrust into this magical world. Isekai. Just like this almost. This is like Undertale. So, you know, and he had a very focused vision, very focused music composing as well. Like, you know, he's able to reuse all the same motifs and have a single little vision, you know. Drip feeding trends to lead to some popular titles like Heavenly Delusion, Undertale. Yeah, that's true. Well, Heavenly Delusion, again, single person, Ishiguro, has his whole story planned. And, like, obviously, like, okay, maybe for this chapter, like, he'll add a few extra scenes and improvise a little bit. But he'll have his, like railroad tracks. He'll have his focus plan. So, something like this, there could definitely have some room for improvement. But honestly, I'm very technically impressed by this. I know, like, Hotel Transylvania has... I never watched it, but it's like, you know, it's Hotel Transylvania. But they're doing a lot of stuff with, like, making 3D CG look cartoony, which is really hard. I think people maybe think I worship anime too much, and I don't. I do love anime. Like, I prefer anime, like, you know, but I really love classic, like, I don't know, Looney Tunes, like, stuff, or just like cartoony animation. You don't really get to see in anime a lot, or like really squash and stretch, really everyone looks super different. There's a lot of good that can be... my god, never mind. Let's get rid of that. Okay, I wanted to go through old scenes, but whatever. I'm just gonna get freaking ads. The problem with... what was I saying? Like, there's so much good things that can happen in cartoons that you can't really... It doesn't really exist either in anime very much, or even in modern cartoons, most modern cartoons. The reason why I hate 3/4, the reason why I hate all these things is because they're so lame. They're dry. They're boring. They're lifeless. They're talky. They're like, well, if you're going to make a freaking cartoon that looks like cartoony like this, just make it a cartoon then. Make it anime cartoony. And you can make this, you make the story, you can make all the story cool and mature and have touch on, you know, cool themes. But if you're going to make, you know, these Technicolor, goofy-looking characters all the time, at least make them animate goofy too, right? Like, at least go the distance with it. But you can't really do that in Flash animation with Flash, Toon Boom, little puppet, you know. It's so hard to actually make animation look good in that. And it's really hard to do in 3D CG as well. Like, has anyone looked at how they make the JoJo OPs, the 3D models? They have to do so much, like, polygon shifting and, like, camera trickery and all sorts of stuff just to make it work. And it works really well, but it's really hard to do. So the fact that we're able to do so much with this is really, really impressive, I think. Sorry, I'll read some comments now. Outsource the small devs and then push out half-baked. Oh yeah, especially anime. Like, anime can't... their friggin' street CG cars look like shit, you know? Like, it's so, you know, I watched that, Saka, what is that show about making anime again? I watched that, you know, they had the CG. I feel for 3D developers, animation developers, and animators who work at outsourced studios, like, yeah, make this friggin' car look good, and it's, you know, it's like, there's only so much you could do. Especially with, like, anime schedules, you need a lot of time. You need the rendering farms, you know? You need a lot of technology. Pixar has, like, rents out friggin' warehouses of computers just to render fucking talking dog. I think that's one of the reasons 3D CG became a big deal. Because it was bigger... It was more expensive. Like, there was some indie games, I think, were some indie developers or some video gamer developers were even saying they wouldn't get funding because they weren't asking for enough money. The game wasn't expensive enough, so they weren't accept. They would go, any game not made for at least, you know, $5 million ain't gonna sell. Like, that's the mentality. Like, you gotta spend enough money on a game for it to sell, for it to be seen as a property worth investing in. And so I think that's what happened with 3D, with Pixar and stuff. It's like, ooh, it's a new Toy Story. Oh my God, it's the most technical, incredible stuff ever. Oh my, this is the future. And it costs so much money. And it's like, oh, you need all these rendering farms and computers. Yeah, you need all this investment with technology and stuff. So yeah, there's this 2D stuff, but that's old. It's cheaper, so audiences won't be wowed. You need to, like, it needs to be big. It needs to be bigger and better. That's the American way, Problem is the 3D CG wasn't ready. It wasn't ready yet to make animation really like this, to make it really animate, especially on the indie level. And, well, if only Disney and Pixar and, like, DreamWorks can actually fund these films to actually make them look half decent, then everyone else is shit out of luck. You gotta make it look like garbage straight to DVD, like really bad, I don't know, VeggieTales. Or like, those kind of knockoff little 3D CG movies. If they were 2D, they might have looked decent, maybe. But no, they have to do 3D. So like the buy-in is more expensive for 3D, So to actually make it look really like good. This looks super, super good. Wonderfully good. Like even the eyes moving. When I did the zoom in on the bunny guy's eyes darting side to side. This looks so good. Oh my God. Very, very impressed. I think some of the writing beats could have been a little better, especially between the mask character and the king. Those are all pretty dry. I can tell they probably have a lot of ideas for how all the characters can interact with each other, because we had a split off episode today. So all the characters split off into pairs, right? Or trios or whatever. We didn't really get to see all of them together, except for like a minute or two. So hopefully we get a scene like that in the next episode. Because they obviously probably love these characters a lot. They're probably writing fan fictions or like story ideas of these characters getting into hijinks together. Just like that's what like Tumblr artists love to do. That's what any artist likes to do. Like, they're working on their little OC pairings together. So I'm sure they have lots of ideas. That's the fun of like doing indie stuff. You don't need to you don't need to make to Cartoon Network. You don't need to obey their rules. You don't need to go to Disney. See, I'm just doing the Bakshi speech again. Just like, get some people together, get some guys together at the computer. Make something. What are you waiting for? That's my Bakshi impression. What are you doing? Because gotta make a little film. What are you wasting your time for? You got computers. You don't need inkers and screen tones anymore. You just got the computer to do it. He made that speech 15 years ago, and it took, indie game developers got around to it, but the animation is a lot harder. And you can't just, if you get like 20 animators together who know how to animate perfectly, you can't make a cartoon out of that. Like you really got, it's a lot of work. It's like animation as a medium is like, doesn't really make sense. It's like it like shouldn't exist, honestly. It's like only existed in like the past 100 years or something, right? And who knows if it will even exist in the next whatever, but I think people like it enough, If people like animation enough, then they'll make it. But if people don't like it, I think people will just stop making animation. It's just so difficult for what it's like. Imagine if someone had to hand draw every frame of a movie. It's like, that's stupid. So hopefully I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about animation industry as I've been ranting now for like 20 minutes. Anyways, I'll read some comments again. I feel like the big cartoons that people still shill that do that usually have at least one big showrunner. Yeah, that they need it, You can't collaboratively write a mystery. Because these are mystery shows. They're using the dangling little mysteries to move things along. They have a plot, and then they have the mystery underlining. Imagine, someone was group writing, a Sherlock Holmes mystery. It would be a disaster. The director was winging lost the entire time. The whole thing is hinting at mysteries, but never doing anything. Mystery box. Lost. No, see, Lost did have some very obvious things going on, but they just... It was probably like too boring, too obvious for them, and they realized, oh, this will be boring or something. And I swear they did change some things. I remember there was some obvious big clues, especially around Locke and Mr. Echo. I was really big into Lost, like mystery. I was on forums on the fuselage and whatever. If anyone remembers that, I was doing all sorts of mystery building stuff with that. And I swear they just retconned things because either the actors couldn't do the show anymore, they had contract issues. Certain like directors left and came back, and writers, whatever, and there was a whole network issue. I think ABC was doing it or something, and like they didn't want the show anymore or something, and then they had some weird, the first episodes of season 3. It was just a nightmare. So I think they just went, fuck it, we'll just do this ending and let's do this instead. There we go. So J.J. Abrams just sort of fucked off, you know. There's a whole bunch of like, that's another problem with these shows, is that if you go on for too long, life will change and you can't do the show anymore. You gotta strike the iron while it's hot, you know. You can't do this stuff. You can't just dangle it forever. Favorite animes: Neon Genesis Evangelion. Everything needs to be Family Guy now. Gonna take a shower. Have a good evening, Min. Ah, Choice Point. Thank you. It sucks that Disney doesn't make 2D animation anymore because nobody else does either. I do not hate all the Disney 3D movies, but it sucks that all they do. I mean, again, it was a Treasure Planet. There's a conspiracy around Treasure Planet, and there's a big video on YouTube about it. That they set it up to fail. They put all this money in it, you know, a decent amount. They had all this thing, and they didn't promote it. They put it up on a bad weekend or whatever and said, look, 2D animation fails. Audiences don't want it anymore. So they canceled all future 2D projects. And I think they intentionally did that because, again, they wanted to invest in 3D. They bought all these computers. They bought all these rendering farms. They got all these people to move on to Pixar, or people to move on to the 3D teams and stuff. They want to have all this 2D stuff built, competing with themselves, you know? They don't, like, why would you compete with your own company? You have a 2D movie and a 3D movie. Well, which one do you want to invest in more? The one that costs a lot more money is sometimes actually a good thing to investors. Because I see, well, audiences like it when something is really big and really expensive. And it's kind of true because audiences don't like 2D that much. They do like 3D. People do like 3D more because it's 3D shiny. Maybe it's not true anymore. Again, anime, but I don't know. Maybe they were right. Maybe, yeah, people really don't like 2D. I like 2D though, so that's all that matters. They should make 2D animation just for me. Some of the writing felt a little off overall. Like, the writing was really off. It's more like, it's a little weak energy. This is what I call this, like, weak energy. Like, they could have just added some musical beats in the background. Just a little bit of music in the background just to keep the energy flowing. Quickened up the dialogue pauses between characters. Like, that's all they really needed to do. This sort of thing happens in a bunch of... It's not like bad writing. It's just pacing sort of thing, you know? Quicken up the pacing a little bit. Bakshi, I think it's Bakshi. I had to say whatever. A lot of things I don't know how to say out loud because I just read them. I had this funny story where I would read Garfield comics a bunch, and like Tintin and Asterix and a bunch of like comics from the library growing up, and they would all say like sigh. Oh, sigh. They would have a bunch of like weird like language like that, but nobody says the word sigh, right? It's like an onomatopoeia almost, but it's written like a word, sigh, but it's actually, I thought they were saying with a hard G, sig. So, like sig, like, you know, like sing or something. And I was just saying it's so wrong. And then I actually said it out loud once, and I was like made fun of. It's like, wait, that's not how you say it. It's like, well, you just say ha, you know, that's a sigh. So you don't actually say sigh, you say ha. And it's like, that's not what it said though. So it confused me as a kid. So a lot of things are like that. Like Phrygian, the music theory Phrygian word is like, I don't know. I didn't know how to say that. It was just words on a page. This is before YouTube and everything too, right? Oh yeah, I did. I think I picked up guitar before even YouTube existed. When did YouTube start? 2006 or 7? I think I picked up guitar for 2004 or 5 or something. JJ Abrams is such a hack, yeah. Oh god, they're letting him do Silent Hill stuff? Did they ever explain the polar bear in Lost? I don't know. I forgot about that. I loved those smoke monster stuff. See, okay, the smoke monsters showed scenes in the flashes of their lives, of the characters' lives when they saw them. You had to pause to see it. It didn't like show you it. You had to actually pause on the DVD. On the DVD, right? It was hard to actually get like the files back then. So you had to actually pause to actually see the flashes of like their lives and stuff. It's like, is it reading their minds? Is it like, you know, reading their minds and stuff? And then it was just like, what they didn't do anything. Or there was like backwards messages. The black smoke monster like actually played backwards messages and of stuff. Or murmurs in the island would again play backwards messages and like whispers. The whispers, that was it. That was just whatever. It didn't really do anything. It's like, oh, okay. So people had all kind of theories about that stuff. And again, it was like when you have a collaborative show like that, some people will just throw in random ideas and then there won't be any follow-up on it because who knows? They moved to Hawaii. They did another show the next season. Who knows? Like, you know, they just fucked off and did something else. Cartoon saloon films, Secret of Kells or Song of the Sea. I've never heard of those. What are they? What are they new? Beautiful Day It's Such a Beautiful Day was a good 2D movie. I've also never heard of that one. I don't watch a lot of 2D Western things. Lost kind of comes off as Twin Peaks. Yeah, Twin Peaks was written by hacks, yeah. Twin Peaks as written by hacks. Twin Peaks also, again, when the writer season 2 is like utter garbage. It is really, really bad. The second half of season 2. Even the episode where the ending of the Laura Palmer mystery, there's a few lines in there that you really feel, because that wasn't, I think Lynch already left. He's sort of like, all right, he's gonna fuck off. There's a few parts in that we're kind of like, oh, okay, they're kind of just wanting to wrap this up. Irish and animated films. I see. I think I did see something about that then, some kind of international thing. The Boy, the Bull, the Horse, the Fox, the beautiful short movie. See, all these like film festival type movies, film festival type cartoon movies, I don't really watch. It is nice that finally indie animation is finally existing, because again, it needs a lot of work. You need a lot of dedication, a lot more than indie games. I think indie games are a lot easier to make than I think indie cartoons. Way, way easier. And I think a lot of animators that would have probably, well, yeah, again, I had a big theory. Is that like cartoon industry just collapsing, or just being shit more like, you know, you either work a Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or you get a freaking Amazon warehouse job. All the like, all the animators that probably would have been making amazing cartoons the past 10 years or so. Well, what other medium now, you know, requires like drawing cool stuff, you know, animation, illustration, like what kind of medium of like nerdy stuff, you know, what kind of medium like requires that? There's anime and there's video games, indie games, and webcomics, I guess. So I think like all the people who would have been animating went to indie games. They became the artists and whatever of indie games instead. And they could have been making cartoons instead, but they didn't. Maybe that's a good thing. Because it's like, well, you need like 3 people to make an indie game, you know, sometimes they're just two people, like a really small one. For animation, it takes a lot more work, even for a short thing. The bad thing about season 2 Twin Peaks is the side characters. Like, they're almost everything is awful. The department store asshole guy, worthless character. He didn't contribute anything, and I think he knew that. The eye patch girl, like everything, and he realized at the end of it, it's like, oh, the last episode is so funny because Lynch just like kills everyone off, or just like I think it was just the middle finger. It was like what people say about Anno and Evangelion, you know. It's sort of like, yeah, all these plots fucking suck. Here, I'll blow up the fucking bank. These two old men that are horrible characters. He'll just whatever. Like he just said, yeah, fuck everything. It's really funny. Everyone should watch Twin Peaks. Depending on the indie games, like you technically make one in like a week for a game jam, or you can make a 10-year-long passion project. Well, again, like indie games allow you to do that, but for a cartoon and animation, it's a lot more expensive. It takes a lot more work than a little small indie game you could make in like a week game jam. It's not really an animation jam, right? There's music jams. There's indie game jams. There's even movie, like, I don't know. Is there like movie jams or whatever? But animation, animation is just too hard. It takes a long time. You know, even people who love, like animators who like, you know, expert animation, they like hate, it's like, it takes so much work just to do 1 second of animation, you know? 5 seconds of animation takes like hours to do, you know? I even think about that manga sometimes. Like, manga is like really, it's difficult. Manga is really difficult. Like, it kills some artists. Because think about how much it takes to draw one picture. Sometimes it takes people like a week to draw one picture they're proud of. Manga artists are drawing like 50 pictures, basically, in panels, but 50 individual pictures, camera angles, writing too, and drawing in like, you know, a week or two. It's insane. Manga is insane. Manga is another thing, which is like, it's crazy that it exists at all. It's difficult. Head back to work. Oh, Octobot, have a wonderful day at work. Have a wonderful day at work. The last episode's being weird and kind of abstract, followed by one of my favorite movies. Yeah, again, Twin Peaks and Eva are so similar, right? The movie is like so like super like evocative and emotional. Followed by like kind of weird ending episodes, ending on like they're so similar. They're so good. And obviously like Anna was super influenced by Lynch too, I'm pretty sure. You saw Satoshi Kon literally have a Twin Peaks references in Paranoia Agent and Fire Walk With Me. Twin Peaks was super popular in Japan, so I'm pretty sure like Anno would have known about Lynch stuff. Tatsuki Fujimoto feels insecure about so much of his work. Yeah, well, that's I think most good artists are like a little insecure. You're always trying to improve yourself a little bit. Oh, Paranoia Agent is pretty good. There's a few weak points, but the idea of it is pretty good. Well, what's happening here? Perfect Blue, I feel like was that his first movie? I think you can kind of tell it's his first movie because some parts feel a little undercooked a little bit. It's a very, like, it's a great movie. But some parts I feel like he definitely improved upon Perfect Blue later. Paprika was a lot of fun. It's such a shame he was only ever able to make like 5 things. And then he died. It's so awful. I did say I was going to play electric guitar. Does anyone still want to hear electric guitar?